Youssef-san, thank you very much for joining the J-MENA project. We're glad to have you here. So would you please introduce yourself?
Oh yes, thank you for having me. My name is Youssef ALALAWI. I'm from Saudi Arabia. I'm 21 years old. I'm currently a third-year bachelor student here in Ritsumeikan University in the Shiga province. I am right now studying in the ISSE course, which stands for Information System Science and Engineering.
So good, interesting. Interesting. So we are so glad to meet you, Youssef-san. So the first and typical question we ask our friends: why did you choose Japan as a country to pursue or to start your career?
Yeah, well, first of all, when I was in high school, I was always interested in computer engineering. So I knew that the major that I wanted to study in the university should be related to computer engineering. In 2017, I came to Japan as a tourist in my summer vacation, and I really loved the culture and the people here, and I wanted to get to know Japan for a longer time. So I decided that I wanted to study here to know more about the lifestyle in Japan, but also I had my second reason was also because I knew that Japan had a great background in computer engineering. So those are my two main reasons to come to Japan.
We're very glad that you're in Japan now and you're achieving your goal. That's very good. You chose Ritsumeikan University to achieve your purpose, and why specifically Ritsumeikan University?
Yeah, well, I applied to many Japanese universities, and including Ritsumeikan, of course, which was recommended to me by my high school student counselor, Mr. Oliver Touré, who I would like to thank because I wouldn't be here without him. So as I read more about Ritsumeikan University, it quickly became like one of my top universities that I wanted to go to because of the ISSE course. Basically, the ISSE course is designed to be more focused in working towards big projects rather than tests. And in my opinion and point of view, I think working on projects is more practical and more applicable to the real world, because later on when I graduate and finish my studies, I'll hopefully work in a company, and in most cases when you work in a company you're going to work in collaboration with others in big scale projects.
Are you planning to stay in Japan, or what about your future career? What do you think about?
My future career, I actually plan to work, and I plan to go back to Saudi, but you know, Japan's a lovely place to work in and live in and study in, but it's just a personal choice because I just miss my family too much, and I just like to be with them as much as I can. But there's no question that even in the future I'm going to visit Japan many times.
Inshallah, inshallah. You will keep the great connection with Japan and Japanese societies. So now we are more interested about the enrollment procedure you went through to get accepted at Ritsumeikan University. Would you tell us more about the application process and all the details?
Yeah, so my procedure to enroll in Ritsumeikan was kind of like easy, but it took a long time. So I had to write like 3 essays, like explaining what kind of research you would like to do and stuff like that. And then, of course, they took my high school grades, and that was pretty much it. I think it was smooth, but the only thing that took a long time was there's a certificate of eligibility, which COE, which is like for the student visa, and that's pretty much it, I think. Yeah.
And what about the program you were enrolled in? Like, was it totally English-based program?
Yeah, it's all English-based.
And you had the chance to learn some Japanese?
Yeah, they do offer Japanese courses.
Great. And of course you can at the same time focus on your research, lectures, and we know that beside the lectures you can do some research works with your professors. So what's you're working on now?
Of course, it's always going to be difficult at the start, but like it's still great to learn something new and something new from a different culture. Like to me, one of the most difficult things when I first came was transportation. In Saudi, like we don't have metros, or like we only rely on traveling with cars, and that was something I had to get used to, the subway system and stuff like that. So it's tough at the beginning, but then you get used to it pretty quickly.
And what about your campus life with international students, the facilities that the Ritsumeikan University offers for the students? How was your dormitory life, for example? Tell us more about it.
Yeah, so when you initially enroll in the university, there's a dormitory, they call it I-House, which stands for International House. That's where all the international students are. And you're only allowed to stay there for 1 year, your first year, and then you have to get out. And I think that's really good because it's going to be hard for new students to immediately pay rent for an apartment and look for apartments. So it's a great dormitory to get you started in life in Japan. And of course the facilities here are great. We have gyms, cafeterias, and even if you don't know that much Japanese, it's still okay. You can interact and join club activities as well.
And maybe someone is interested especially about food. We have specific some food preferences. How did you manage that, for example?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not someone who's big on food really, so I'll eat anything that I can eat. So most of the time I'll eat as a vegetarian because that's what I'm forced to do, but I don't really mind it that often because I'm not really
So after all, of course you have been in Japan and you've learned a lot, and based on your successful experience, what kind of message would you offer for our prospective students?
Yeah, I'm going to say studying in Japan is a very unique experience. You're going to meet a new culture, new people, and a new lifestyle. And of course, it is going to be challenging, but it's very worthwhile because at the end, you're going to grow as a character. You're going to meet different people who have different views in life, and you're going to exchange your ideas, and both of you are going to learn from each other. So yes, it's challenging, but at the end, when you finish your studies and graduate, you're going to get out as a completely different person who's more resilient to change, more open-minded, and in general, just a stronger character. Yeah, so to anyone who's thinking about studying in Japan, I think if you have the chance, then you should do it because it is a one-of-a-kind experience and it will definitely change your life.